Don't wait for life to warn you. There is a dangerous habit that seems harmless. Putting off what truly matters. Later I'll call, later I'll start. Later I'll ask for forgiveness, later I'll take care of my health. Later I'll pursue that dream. And while we keep saying later, the clock keeps moving. We know what happened yesterday, but we have no guarantee about tomorrow. So ask yourself this question. What are you postponing that deep down you already know you should be living today? Many people wait for a crisis before appreciating what they had. They wait until they lose someone to realize how much that person meant. They wait until they're out of time to discover they were wasting it. You don't have to reach the end to understand the value of the journey. Look at your life honestly. Maybe you're so focused on what's missing that you've stopped seeing everything already in front of you. There are still people you can embrace, words you can still say, opportunities you can still seize. You have a day that could become a memory you'll be grateful for tomorrow. Don't confuse urgency with desperation. Living with urgency means refusing to treat the present like a waiting room. Today is not a rehearsal. Today is part of your life. This isn't about giving up your long-term goals. It's about refusing to sacrifice your entire life for a future that doesn't exist yet. Some people work so they can enjoy life someday, sacrificing every moment for a hypothetical tomorrow. And when tomorrow arrives, they invent another one. That's how decades pass. True success isn't simply measured by the number of years you live. It's measured by how much meaning you place into those years. Michael Jordan built an extraordinary career through discipline and preparation, but his greatness began long before the trophies and every practice where he chose to improve while no one could yet see the results. Conor McGregor also experienced seasons of financial uncertainty before the bright lights and championship stages. There were sacrifices, hard work, and days when the future was anything but certain. That teaches us something powerful. You don't need a perfect life to start living with purpose. Maybe today you're walking through a difficult season. Then don't waste the entire day fighting what you cannot change. Do something with what you still have. Calm, train, create, forgive, learn, embrace, begin. Life changes the moment you stop assuming time belongs to you. Scripture reminds us that there is a time for everything. Perhaps one of the greatest ways to honor that gift is to stop wasting the time that has already been placed in your hands. And perhaps it isn't a coincidence that you're still here, still breathing, still being given another opportunity. There are mercies that arrive quietly every morning, reminding you that you can still choose. You don't need to know how many years you have left. You need to decide what you'll do with the next few hours. So before you go to sleep tonight, ask yourself, if this day became one of the memories I would miss the most someday, would I have lived it differently? If the answer is yes, start now. Not when you have more time. Not when everything is perfect. Now. Because one day you may look back and realize that the moment you were trying to rush through was actually one of the most valuable moments of your life. Don't put your life off until later. It is a trap that seems harmless. It's called waiting. Waiting for the right moment, waiting for more money. Waiting for fewer problems, waiting until you feel ready. Waiting until everything makes sense. And while you wait, time keeps moving. It doesn't stop because of your doubts. It doesn't wait for you to solve your problems. Life keeps moving even if you stand still. So let me ask you something. What have you been putting off for far too long? Maybe you already know exactly what you need to do, but you keep postponing that decision. Perhaps you've spent years thinking about getting started. Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe you need to ask for forgiveness. Perhaps you need to forgive someone. It could be a dream you abandoned long ago, or simply believing in yourself again. Whatever it is, stop burying it. Because every day is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow doesn't exist yet. You only have this moment. This is where your decisions can change everything. Many people waste the present by overthinking. They analyze every possibility. They imagine every problem. They create terrifying scenarios inside their minds, and then they do nothing. Fear grows when it lives in your imagination, but it loses its power the moment you begin to move. That first step changes the conversation inside your mind. You stop imagining possibilities. You begin discovering answers. That's how much of life works. First, you walk, then you understand the road more clearly. Michael Jordan had to face rejection early in his journey. That moment could have changed his entire story. Instead, he chose to train with even greater determination. He refused to let one closed door define his potential. Conor McGregor also experienced financial uncertainty. There were seasons when the future seemed incredibly uncertain. Even so, he kept working toward what he believed was possible. Neither of them received guarantees before they started. Guarantees almost never come first. They usually appear only after you've been willing to take certain risks. That's why you need to recover a sense of urgency, not desperation. Urgency. Urgency reminds you that your time has value. It forces you to stop wasting it. It also helps you recognize your true priorities. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everything deserves your energy. Not everything can wait forever. Some moments must be lived immediately. Some words must be spoken before the opportunity is gone. Some people need to know how deeply you love them. Some dreams deserve a chance, and some wounds need to begin healing. The Bible presents each day as an opportunity. It also reminds us that time keeps moving forward. That should change the way we choose to live. Maybe God isn't asking you to run in desperation. Perhaps He is calling you to live fully awake, to make the most of what is still before you, to care for what you can still hold, to love while you can still embrace, to serve while you still have strength. You don't need to know how much time remains. You need to decide how you will use the time you've been given. And perhaps that is the real challenge, not gaining more time, but living the time you've received more wisely. You can keep thinking, or you can begin. You can keep waiting, or you can move forward. You can keep looking back, or you can build something new. No one can make that choice for you. And that responsibility is also an opportunity, because it means you still have the power to change. You can still begin. You can still repair. You can still try again. So stop saying later. Replace that word. Say now. Make that call. Write that page. Take that walk. Do that workout. Start that project. Ask for forgiveness. Chase that dream, because one day you'll look back and you'll realize that some moments mattered more than others. Perhaps this is one of them. So live today with intention. Not perfectly, but fully present. You don't need to control the future. You need to honor the present. And perhaps this message reached you to remind you of one thing. You're still here. You can still do something extraordinary with your time. There are people who keep waiting to start living. They think they'll do it after reaching a certain goal. After earning more money. After buying a house. After achieving a certain level of success. But there's one problem that after can last a lifetime. You can build great things and still lose yourself along the way. You can achieve your goals and forget to enjoy each stage of the journey. You can turn your life into an endless race. And by the time you finally arrive, you may already be too exhausted to enjoy it. That's why you need to learn something different. Build your future without abandoning your present. Working toward your dreams doesn't mean hating where you are today. Both can exist at the same time. You can want more while being grateful for what you already have. You can be ambitious without living in desperation. You can pursue growth without despising your present. That takes real awareness. Because we live surrounded by constant comparison. There's always someone with greater achievements, someone with more money, someone with more recognition, someone who seems happier, but you're only seeing a small part of their story. Never compare your complete reality to someone else's appearance. It destroys gratitude. It also destroys joy, and it steals the energy you need to keep growing. Michael Jordan spent years training before anyone recognized his greatness. His story didn't begin in packed arenas. It began with invisible repetitions and daily discipline that can teach you something important. You don't have to wait for the trophy to feel proud. You can be proud during the process. You can enjoy the journey while you're building. You can celebrate small victories. You can be thankful for every step. You can be tired and still be grateful. Conor McGregor also lived through seasons without financial security. Before the bright lights came difficult days. Yet those days were also part of the journey. They weren't wasted years, they were years of preparation. The current season works the same way. Maybe it isn't perfect, but it can still contain extraordinary moments. Perhaps you're so focused on arriving that you've forgotten to look around. Look around you. Listen to the people you love. Enjoy a simple conversation. Take a walk without looking at your phone. Laugh more. Rest without feeling guilty. Celebrate something small because some memories can never be bought back. Some moments only happen once. Children grow up. Parents grow older. Friendships change. Opportunities come and go. So don't wait until you've lost something to appreciate it. Gratitude is also a form of wisdom. It allows you to recognize abundance where others see only routine. The Bible teaches us to live with thankful hearts. It also teaches that every season has its own purpose. Perhaps the season you're so eager to leave still has something to teach you. Maybe there's a lesson you still need to learn there. Perhaps God wants to teach you patience before He gives you greater speed. So don't curse everything you don't yet understand. Some mantras come later. Some experiences only make sense when you look back. Until then, love, work, learn, laugh, build, rest, try again. You don't have to choose between purpose and happiness. You can pursue both. You can work hard and still protect your peace. You can prepare for your future without abandoning your present. That is maturity. That is balance. That is success. Because making money without enjoying your life is an incomplete victory. Achieving your goals without finding peace isn't enough either. True progress improves your whole life, not just your bank account, not just your resume, not just your reputation. It also strengthens your character, your relationships, your health, your peace, your ability to experience life fully. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Make this moment meaningful. Because one day you'll look back on these days and you may realize something unexpected. Perhaps these were the very years you had been searching for all along. Every day we all receive something. And every day we all lose something. This something is time. You can't save it. You can't buy it. And you can never get it back. Every minute that passes is gone forever. Yet so many people keep living as if they have an endless supply. They say they'll start tomorrow. They say they'll change later. They say they'll act when the right moment comes, but no one could guarantee that moment. The calendar doesn't sign contracts with us. That's why you need to stop postponing your own life. It doesn't mean living in desperation. It means living awake. It means understanding the value of every opportunity. One conversation can change an entire relationship. One decision can reshape years of your life. 1 hour can launch an extraordinary project. One day can change your entire direction. You don't have to wait for a crisis to wake up. Awareness should come before the blow. Think about how many things you only appreciated after you lost them. A person, an opportunity, a season, a friendship, even a simple routine. So often we discover the value of something too late. But you can still learn without having to lose everything first. Look at Michael Jordan. His story shows the power of making the most of every season. After being rejected, he didn't waste his time. He turned that disappointment into extra work. Every practice became an investment in his future. Every repetition had a purpose. His success didn't happen by accident. It happened because he treated his time as something valuable. Conor McGregor also understood the value of the present moment. Before fame, he faced financial uncertainty. He had no guarantees about his future, but he had a clear direction. While others waited for better circumstances, he kept preparing. That is courage too. Working before the guarantees come, building before the recognition arrives, moving forward before the applause begins. Now ask yourself something important. What would you do today if you truly understood its value? Maybe you would call someone. Maybe you would finally start that project. Maybe you would go back to training. Maybe you would forgive an old wound. Maybe you would leave behind a life that no longer reflects your values. We don't know how much time we have, but we do know what we can do right now. We can choose better. We can love better. We can work better. We can live better. The Bible gives us a profound reminder about our priorities. It teaches us to number our days wisely. That doesn't mean living in fear. It means living with intention. And perhaps God isn't asking you to do more. Perhaps He is teaching you to value the things that matter most. You don't need to fill every minute with activity. You need to fill your moments with meaning. There are people who stay incredibly busy while remaining completely disconnected from what truly matters. They run all day long, but they never stop to ask where they're going. Don't make that mistake. Don't let the day come when you look back and surprise. Don't discover what matters most only when it's too late. Time can become your greatest teacher, or your heart's just judge. The difference depends on how you choose to use it. So stop waiting for perfect circumstances. Begin with what you have today. Do something small, but make it real. One phone call, one page, one prayer, one workout, one conversation, one apology, one decision. Every action proves that you're still fully present. And perhaps the simple fact that you're still breathing has a purpose. Perhaps there's still something important for you to finish. Maybe that dream never died. Maybe it's simply been waiting far too long. You don't need to know when your story will end. You need to know how you live this chapter, because the present is the only place where life can be lived. Here, you can decide. Here you can love. Here you can change. Here you can build. Here you can serve. So don't waste this moment. You never truly know its value until it becomes a memory. And when that day comes, I hope you smile. I hope you remember living with intention. I hope you remember loving without holding back. I hope you remember that you had the courage to try. Because time doesn't negotiate, but you can still choose how you respond. And if this reflection changed the way you see today, perhaps it's worth holding on to it. Someone else may need to remember just how valuable their time truly is. Stop waiting for a perfect life. There are people who spend their lives waiting for things to get better. They wait for fewer problems. They wait for more money. They wait for peace. They wait for confidence. They wait until they finally feel complete. And while they wait, they let precious moments slip away. But the perfect life doesn't exist. There will always be something unfinished. There will always be another concern. There will always be some uncertainty. That's why you need to understand something important. You don't need a perfect life to live well. You need to learn how to live well in an imperfect life. You can have problems and still be grateful. You can be tired and still keep moving forward. You can feel afraid and still make the right decisions. You can be far from your goal and still enjoy the journey. Michael Jordan didn't begin with the perfect story. He experienced rejection. He experienced frustration. He had days when his effort didn't seem to be enough, but he didn't wait until he felt unstoppable. He worked with what he had, and that changed his life. Conor McGregor didn't have ideal circumstances either. He went through difficult financial seasons. He trained without knowing exactly what would happen next, but he kept preparing. He didn't need guarantees. He needed direction, and neither do you. You don't need to know everything. You only need to know your next step. Too many people waste years searching for certainty. They want to know everything will work out. They want to know they won't suffer. They want to know they won't fail. But no one can promise you that. Life will always contain an unknown chapter. That's why you need something stronger than certainty. The ability to adapt. When something changes, adapt. When something fails, learn. When one door closes, look for another. When you fall, get back up. That's what living really is. Not controlling every circumstance, but learning how to respond to it. There is a timeless biblical truth. Do not carry tomorrow before it arrives. Each day has its own challenges. That truth should change the way you live. You don't need to suffer today because of tomorrow's problems. You don't need to destroy your present by imagining the worst. Let tomorrow be tomorrow. Today needs your attention. Today needs your energy. Today needs your presence. And perhaps God isn't hiding the entire path from you. Perhaps He is simply teaching you to trust Him one step at a time. Some things will only make sense later. Some doors will reveal their purpose much later. Some losses will one day look completely different. But until then, live. You don't need to understand everything to keep moving. You don't need to solve everything to be grateful. You don't need to reach the summit to feel proud. You can celebrate the climb, enjoy a simple meal, laugh with someone you love, rest, enjoy your family. Work towards your dreams without becoming a prisoner of them. Because there is a difference between ambition and obsession. Ambition builds, obsession consumes. You want to grow, good, but don't lose everything while you're growing. Don't sacrifice every relationship. Don't destroy your health. Don't lose your peace. Don't turn success into a reason to hate your present. Your life is bigger than one goal. You are more than your job. You are more than your income. You are more than your achievements. And when you truly understand that, something changes. You stop running in desperation. You begin walking with purpose. You become more aware, more grateful, more present, and stronger. Because you no longer depend on everything going perfectly. You can remain steady even when the world around you changes. That is maturity. That is strength. So stop waiting for another life. Work with the one you already have and prove what you can. Accept what you cannot control. Love the people who are with you. Build what is still missing and enjoy what already exists. Because one day you may look back. Some wounds don't take up any physical space. Yet they weigh more than a backpack full of stones. You carry them to work. You carry them to bed. You carry them even when you're smiling. And no one can see them. They're the words you never forgot, the betrayals you still remember, the losses that change the way you trust, the mistakes you continue to punish yourself for. And something strange happens. You no longer remember the pain. You begin feeding it. The past has a dangerous ability. It can become a familiar home, even if that home has broken walls, even if there is no peace inside it. That's why you need to understand something. Forgiveness doesn't mean saying what happened was okay. Forgiveness means taking back control of your present. As long as you keep hating, you remain connected. As long as you keep blaming, you're still looking backward. As long as you keep repeating the story, you're still living inside it. Your life needs room for something new, but you can't fill a room that's already full. First, you have to make space. Maybe it's time to say goodbye to an older version of yourself. The version that learned to live in constant distrust. The version that always expected the next blow. The version that confused protection with isolation. You weren't born to defend a wound forever. You were born to build something after it. Michael Jordan faced rejection during his high school years. He could have turned that moment into a permanent label. Instead, he turned disappointment into practice. He allowed rejection to fuel his preparation that teaches us something powerful. A situation can wound you, but your response can transform you. Conor McGregor also went through seasons of financial hardship. There were moments when the future seemed uncertain, but he kept working on what he could control. The same principle applies to your life. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can change what you do today. Maybe someone abandoned you. Maybe someone humiliated you. Maybe someone broke an important promise. Maybe you made serious mistakes yourself. You don't have to deny any of it. You simply have to stop handing it the steering wheel. Scripture speaks about renewing our minds. That means learning new ways to respond. It also means letting go of old ways of thinking, not because the past disappears, but because it should no longer direct your future. And perhaps God doesn't want you living among your wounds. Perhaps He wants to turn your experience into wisdom. Perhaps what you survived can become hope for someone else. Your scars may become tools that help another person heal. But first, you have to let go. Not tomorrow. Not when the other person changes. Not when the perfect apology finally comes. Now, don't do it for the person who hurt you. Do it to reclaim your own life. Every day spent in resentment drains your strength. That same energy could build something new. It could strengthen your body. It could improve your relationships. It could help you fulfill your purpose. Don't give any more years to a story that has already ended. Some decisions bring more freedom than any speech ever could. One of them is saying, "This happened to me, but it will not rule me." That sentence can become a boundary. Here, one chapter ends. Here, another begins. You don't need to become the person you once were. You can become someone wiser, stronger, more aware, more compassionate. That is growth. When you look back one day, you may not be thankful for the wound itself, but you will be thankful that you learned how to live beyond it. Maybe today is the day to lay down a burden. Maybe today is the beginning of a peace you've never known. And perhaps, in that quiet moment, you'll discover that God was still beside you all along. Don't allow someone who's no longer in your life to control your present. Don't let one moment define your entire story. Don't let one loss steal the years that still belong to you. Lift your eyes. Take a deep breath. Make room. Forgive. Let go. Move forward. Your past deserves to be acknowledged, but your future deserves a chance. This question has the power to change the way you live. Do you respect yourself when no one is watching? I'm not talking about admiring your achievements. I'm talking about respecting your decisions, recognizing your effort, taking pride in the direction you're choosing. Because so many people spend their lives searching for their worth in the outside world. They chase applause, recognition, approval. But external approval can disappear overnight. One comment can lift you up, another can tear you down. That means your confidence is resting on something unstable. Your value needs deeper roots, and those roots begin within you. You don't have to prove your greatness to everyone else. You need to prove your integrity to yourself every single day. what you already know you should do. Even if no one ever notices, even if no one applauds your small victories, because every decision shapes your identity. Today, you're becoming someone you'll either admire tomorrow, or someone you'll struggle to recognize. The difference is found in the small choices. When you keep a promise, when you resist temptation, when you choose healthy rest instead of empty escape, and when you get back up after failing. You don't have to live perfectly. You have to live intentionally. Michael Jordan learned this lesson early in life. Being cut from his high school basketball team didn't destroy his identity. It revealed the gap he needed to close, so he turned disappointment into preparation. He didn't focus on looking better, he focused on becoming better. That single decision changed everything. Conor McGregor also lived through seasons of uncertainty. His financial struggles never determined his worth. They only described a chapter of his story. He kept building from where he was, and that's a lesson for all of us. Your current situation does not define who you'll become. It only describes where you're starting. Don't confuse your location with your destination. Don't confuse difficulty with inability. Don't confuse slow progress with failure. Your life can change dramatically from this moment forward. But first, your relationship with yourself has to change. Stop insulting yourself every time you make a mistake. Correct yourself, but don't destroy your identity. Speak to yourself with honesty, but also with mercy. Scripture teaches us to love our neighbors. It also reminds us to care for what lives inside us. You cannot build peace inside a mind that never stops condemning itself. You need discipline without self-hatred, high standards without cruelty, ambition without losing your humanity. And perhaps God isn't asking you to be perfect. Perhaps He's shaping your character through the process. That means your progress may be slow, but it can still be real. So begin with something simple. Do one thing today that your future self will thank you for, something small but meaningful. Organize what you've been neglecting. Finish what you've been postponing. Keep that promise you made. Make that important phone call. Ask for forgiveness if it's needed. Take care of your body. Read a few pages. Go for a walk. Not because those actions are extraordinary, but because every one of them strengthens your identity. Your mind needs evidence before it learns to believe again. Give it that evidence every single day. Show yourself through your actions who you're choosing to become. You don't have to become a different person overnight. You simply have to begin building that person today. Every morning gives you another opportunity. Every evening asks you one question. Did you live according to your values today? You don't have to answer perfectly. You only have to answer honestly. If you failed, adjust tomorrow. If you made progress, acknowledge it. If you fell, stand back up. That's how a life worthy of respect is built. Not through powerful speeches, but through small decisions repeated consistently. And one day, something remarkable will happen. You'll look back without shame. You'll see mistakes, but you'll also see growth. You'll see wounds, but you'll also see wisdom. You'll see struggles, but you'll also see strength. Then you'll realize something important. You never needed to become famous. You needed to become a person of integrity. Someone whose word carries weight. Someone whose conscience can rest peacefully. Someone who can look in the mirror without wanting to look away. That is a success no one can take from you. That is a victory that isn't measured by numbers. And perhaps that is what living with true purpose really means. Not being admired by everyone, but becoming someone you genuinely respect. And if these words reflected a part of your own journey, perhaps leave a comment below.